It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it's all up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It brings something, Brock. It brings,
it brings contempt. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things on the paper. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the
officially beyond the halfway point now. Eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And this drive will start inside the 25. So I'll have the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Throwing to start this game. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he goes out, just needed one more step to reach midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Back now, pressure on its way. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. There's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 40. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Go.
It's Pacheco again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Looking to the air here. Into the hands of Schultz. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Reek Woolen. And after the play, they call for a stoppage pretty quickly here. Somebody injured down there, and it's their tight end, Dalton Schultz, in some discomfort. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Setting up a throw. To the sideline, and Adams snags it. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. He's going to throw this one. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
So now we're going to look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. This is ahead for about 5. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. Gibbons. Bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Finds a man right side. A gain of 27 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Catch is made in close. It's a New Orleans touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Falcons are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. They'll throw to begin this drive. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Christian Gonzalez has it. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Ready.
Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. He completes it in traffic. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st down, ball at the 36.
18 Cardinal. Nike 18. Go.
They're throwing it. Gets it to Paris Campbell. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. That's brought in by Mooney. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
2nd and 10 now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 24 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field. You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
For how well they were moving the ball on this possession, surprising. Surprising to see them get caught up now. And even more surprising, Kate, to see them knock so far backwards with a sack. At this point, well, you got to get back on schedule. Maybe even a manageable fourth down if you don't get the first.
Into the hands of Campbell. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Has this at the 6. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys in Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
Throw left side, taken in by Adams. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. So that's one. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Pass play coming here. He'll get this one to Adams. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. They are throwing it again. On the quick slant, it finds Adams. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. He gets 6 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
60 bicep.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Escapes the puck. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that gets them back within 5.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints and QB Jaden Daniels heading out for their next look on offense. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's got a gain of 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Headed out right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Ready up.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
3rd and long for him here. That one's caught along the left sideline. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints hold an 11-point advantage. Drake London with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints push the lead up to 12. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Gamble now on the return. Oh, he lost it on the hit. And they steal it back on the return. And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate.
Yep.
This is how they become special as a special team. it out and take it back to the house.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints go up by 19. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Gamble now on the return. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Saints take over. Not an interception by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Saints and Drake London headed back out onto the field. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They motion a receiver left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Saints looking to add to their advantage. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing now, Daniels. Has it in close. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Looking for a throw here. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Set. Go.
He's dropping back to throw. Complete. It's Cooper. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they get this down to the 28. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Christian Harris on the stop.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. 2nd and 3 now.
Alert, check.
They'll throw it. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Check, Panther. No, Bronco switch. Hey.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for one play, and it's going to be a field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they make it a 3-score game again at 23 points.
In that close in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. Looking for a target. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay. It's incomplete. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the visiting Bucs who were able to come in and win one on the road. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they lead the visiting Raiders at halftime. The Rams trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy, too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Let's go. Hurt, hurt.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play fake here, Daniels. He rolls to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Here we go.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Flush down out to his left. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's... So they're going to be facing 4th down coming up. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Here we go. Set. Unlock line. Smash, smash. Rig it.
Run from Pacheco to start the half. And they'll bring him down at the 16 after a small gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Trap 60, go.
On 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Brian Anger getting the call on the 4th down punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. To throw, Daniels. Taking a deep shot here. Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Blown back gets the handoff. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The give here on 2nd. Oh, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Gamble now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. On the draw, it's Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He fields it at his 43. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Saints will get... First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Hand off to the back. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
They give it to him again. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Pass taken in by St. Brown. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They've got a man in motion. They'll run now on 2nd down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this,
he loses the football. And it's recovered by the offense, but Brock gets 4th down. We know only the fumbler can advance it, so this is still going to be a turnover on downs. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
He throws a bullet deep to the right. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Saints take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Complete out to the right. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. On 1st down, they'll run. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Another carry for him. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Saints continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, 6 on the board for the offense.
Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Let's go. 42-yard line.
Back now, pressure on its way. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Flushed out of the pocket.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Here we go, here we go.
Throw on 3rd down. And they pick him off again. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Saints take over on his 5th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, Shaq. Check go.
Throwing now, off play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ready up.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Shaq. Roll. Ready.
Handoff headed left to Brown. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 79 Broncos. Ready.
From the 29. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Panther 11, Panther 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. On the move, headed right. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints throwing 6 more on the blowout. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Gamble now on the return. He loses it on the hit. And the ball skips out of bounds. Lucky for them, no lost fumble there on the kick return. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. This will be caught by Adams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that deep.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball.
And he can't escape. They drop him to the turf. Got a flag down, though, from early indications. I think this might be on the offense. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. This will be caught by Cooper. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. To the sideline. Catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Throwing from the gun here. That's brought in by Mooney. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here's 2nd and 5. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Here's a throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him. Three consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we...
They've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
1st and 10 from the 41. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stops back at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go.
Pass play now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pass is hauled in by the running back. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first.
Here we go. Check.
2nd and 8. Finds the in route complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To throw here on 1st down. Need this to force overtime. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots to the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Saints as we say goodbye from Atlanta.